This is CBS 59. 59 News at 11 starts now.
We begin with breaking news tonight. An Amber Alert is issued for a missing girl last seen in Beckley. Welcome to 59 News at 11. I'm Jessica Schueler. Tim Carrico has the night off. Beckley police, along with West Virginia State Police, are looking for Jada Lachey Rogers. She was last seen at the Walgreens on Robert Seabird Drive in Beckley at around 6 o'clock this evening. Police are describing her as a black girl around 5'4", weighing 115 pounds. She is 16 years old. Anyone with information is urged to call police or 911. Also breaking tonight, Debbie Reynolds has passed away at the age of 84. This comes just one day after her daughter, Star Wars actress Carrie Fisher, passed away from heart complications. Reynolds was rushed to the hospital from an apparent stroke. Her son confirmed that she passed away earlier this evening. Reynolds was an acclaimed actress and singer, most famous for her role in the hit musical Singin' in the Rain. We'll have a look back at her life coming up a little bit later in the newscast. Fayette County Sheriff's deputies say human remains have been found in the Canal Falls area near Gauley Bridge. Early yesterday afternoon, a person searching for arrowheads discovered what appeared to be a human skull. When sheriff's deputies and the chief medical examiner arrived at the scene, they recovered numerous other bones and found bones buried in a shallow grave under a large cliff overhang. Today, we talked with a man who grew up in that area where the remains were found.
Because I used to play under that cliff as a child in my teens, and that was back in the 80s. And you'd have never dreamed there was a skeleton there.
The initial analysis of the bones indicates they have been buried for several years, but not longer than 50 years, ruling out the probability that this is an old Native American or Civil War gravesite. The investigation is still in its early stages, but deputies say there is only one missing persons case from that area. Sue Roop went missing in 1979, but a positive identification has not been made and must be confirmed by the state medical examiner's office in Charleston. One man facing murder charges is back in West Virginia tonight after a fatal shooting over the weekend in McDowell County. Troopers say Robert Carruthers of Princeton shot Benny Wilson several times after a family-related dispute on Christmas Eve. Wilson was pronounced dead at the scene. Carruthers was later arrested in Virginia and is facing first-degree murder charges in West Virginia. He waived his extradition hearing yesterday and was brought back to West Virginia today. Meanwhile, an investigation is underway after a man is shot and killed in Mercer County. This happened Monday night in Princeton. 59 News reporter Cameron Leppinger spoke with the victim's family and brings us more.
The loss of a child comes with a feeling that no parent should ever have to endure. For Lawrence Wilfong, the holidays have turned into a time of grief after losing his firstborn child.
It's an indescribable feeling. You know, it's a feeling that I would hope no one would ever have to go through.
21-year-old Jalen Wilfong from Princeton was shot Monday night along Union Drive in the Lily Grove area. According to Mercer County Sheriff deputies, the shooting was not intentional.
Well, what we're getting now is that the shooting was an accident, and we're looking at that to see if that's a plausible scenario.
Jalen was described as being a loving father to his 2-year-old son Xavier and an all-around bright young person.
He's just a bundle of joy, you know what I mean? Just full of energy. You know, just he loved his mom. I mean, he definitely was a mama's boy, and I was okay with that.
After the shooting, he was taken to Princeton Community Hospital and then transferred to Charleston Area Medical Center, where he later died. His father and mother are now left with the difficult task of laying their beloved son to rest, who they say touched so many lives.
He was respectful. You know, everybody loved him. He had all kinds of friends.
Reporting in Mercer County, Cameron Leppinger, 59 News.
Moving on now, an escaped convict on the run has been captured. Franklin Carroll was released on a medical furlough on Christmas Eve and never returned to the Southwest Virginia Regional Jail in Tazewell. Mercer County deputies in West Virginia found him in Princeton earlier today. He was originally jailed on shoplifting charges, but could be facing more time for the escape after being extradited back to Virginia. Another wonderful day across the two Virginias, but are we expecting a wet start for the morning commute? For the answer, let's check in with Storm Tracker 59 meteorologist Mike Slifer in the Weather Lab. Hey, Mike.
Hey Jessica, we are expecting a wet morning commute and a wet commute for us home tonight. We already are starting to see the rain across southern West Virginia. Storm Tracker 59 HD dual live Doppler radar showing a decent round of storms moving through right now. There is a couple of strikes of lightning associated with these storms, so do watch out for that. You might hear a rumble of thunder. Otherwise, some heavy downpours moving through the region. What happened was that cold front hit an unexpected pouch of unstable air and was able to force these showers out way ahead of the actual front itself, so we are seeing rain a little bit sooner than we had anticipated. Temperatures across the region are also beginning to drop now that we are heading through the overnight period, and we will continue to see them drop for the remainder of the night. Lewisburg coming in at 28, and part of the reason why we are expecting to see them drop is because we see a freezing rain advisory has been issued by the National Weather Service. That is in effect from now until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning for Greenbrier, Monroe, Pocahontas counties in West Virginia, Bath and Allegheny counties in Virginia. So of course we will continue to watch this. Hazards associated with that are the potential for some light icing as rain does move through the area. So Jessica, a lot going on for the evening commute tonight.
All right, Mike, thanks a lot. One of southern West Virginia's most prominent officers of law enforcement is moving on with his life. Raleigh County Sheriff Steve Tanner's days in office are winding down. 59 News reporter Joe Petrello looks back on his career of more than 30 years.
The people of Raleigh County have put their trust in this man to lead their sheriff's department for the past 8 years. His deputies remember Steve Tanner as someone who deeply cared for all of them and never failed to lend a helping hand. Corporal Bobby Stump recalled a specific moment where his sheriff was there in a time of need.
December 2014, I was in a shooting down Bad Off Mountain in the middle of nowhere. I called him about midnight, got him out of bed, and he was there within a matter of minutes. And he was just concerned about my well-being. He always had the deputies' backs, and I really appreciate